Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today the topic that I'm going to discuss with you people is from class 10th, chapter number 1, and the name of the topic is Ziaul Haq. Okay, now early life. He was born on 12th August 1924, Jalandhar, India. He got his education from St. Stephen's College, Delhi, and Royal Indian Military Academy, Dehradun. He started his career in 1947 and we saw in action in World War II, and he became a British Indian Army officer. In 1965 war, he became a tank commander during the war of India and Pakistan. In 1970, he led a military training mission to Jordan. In 1976, he became a chief of army staff, and it was the time period of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Now, Ziaul Haq era. On 5th July 1977, Ziaul Haq toppled Bhutto's government, and in October 1977, he postponed the elections and he imposed strict ban on all the political activities and freedom of expressions. In March 1978, Lahore High Court found Bhutto guilty of the murder of Nawab Muhammad Ahmad Khan and sentenced the ex-Prime Minister to death. In July 1978, a civilian cabinet in which ministers from the Muslim League were also included. In 1979, Islamization program was promulgated by Ziaul Haq. In September 1979, elections were held for the local government. On 23rd March 1981, provisional constitutional order was introduced. On 12th August 1983, constitutional formula was made and framed by Ziaul Haq. On 19th December 1984, referendum was held in the country and Ziaul Haq became the President of Pakistan. From 25th to 28th February 1985, elections were held for the provincial assemblies and national assemblies, and according to that, 20th March 1985, Muhammad Khan Jinejo appointed as the Prime Minister of Pakistan. On 30th December 1985, martial law was ended, and in August 1988, plane was crashed and overall Ziaul Haq time period was ended. Okay, now Islamic laws. Since the establishment of the state, a vast majority of the population has desired to see the enforcement of Islamic laws in the country, and Saint Maulana Shabir Ahmad Usmani of Jamiyat Ulama Islam emphasized the need for an Islamic constitution in the country. So, towards this aim, various political parties, including different Islamic religious political parties, had run a campaign in 1977. Now, Ziaul Haq promulgated the Islamization program, so it is necessary to know what is the actual meaning of Islamization. Islamic laws and rules in all walks of life, Islamization of laws, constitution and legislation. Constitution be written according to Islamic injunctions. Existing laws be modified to bring them in conformity with Islamic laws and legislation. Be passed according to the principles of Islam. Hudud and Tazirat Ordinance. Ziaul Haq proclaimed the enforcement of Islamic Hudud and Tazirat on 10th February 1979, which is a milestone towards the establishment of Islamic system in the country. Punishment prescribed by Sharia for certain acts like drinking, adultery, theft, and false allegation was enforced. Now, what is Hudud Ordinance? Law was intended to implement Shariat law or bring Pakistani law into conformity with the injunctions of Islam by enforcing punishments mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah. Tazirat ordinance, it refers to punishment usually corporal that can be administered by the discretion of the judge. Now, the first Islamization, Islamic laws, the steps of Ziaul Haq was the Zakat and Ushr ordinance. You know very well that Zakat is compulsory on gold, silver, and accounts, means cash, and Ushr means a Zakat on crops. So, Zakat is the second pillar of Islam and is one of the institutions intended to eradicate poverty and ensure balanced distribution of wealth. So, on 20th June 1980, Zia promulgated Zakat and Ushur ordinance authorizing the government to deduct from all the bank deposits Zakat at the rate of 2.5%. So, in February 1982, the federal government established the National Zakat Foundation. Means the different councils were established under the supervision of Judge of the Supreme Court, and different committees were established, and millions of rupees have been distributed among the poor and needy, and thousands of them have been provided with the sources for permanent earnings. In most of the Muslim majority countries, zakat contributions are voluntary, while in Libya, Pakistan, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, and Yemen, zakat is mandated and collected by the state. Shias traditionally regarded zakat as a private and voluntary action, and they give zakat to imams sponsored rather than state sponsored collectors. Okay. Now next is other Islamic laws. So in 1981, Ehtarame Ramzan Ordinance was promulgated by Ziaul Haq. Means that there was strict ban on smoking, eating and drinking by all the Muslims in public places. Violation of these laws are made punishable by 3 months or a fine or both. In 1984, Zia established the Salat committees. Nizam Salat was established, and the main purpose of that committee was to um, uh, motivate the people to do Salat, to do namaz, and where 1,000 people were arranged in different mosques and madrasas. Okay, appointment of Nizam Salat, saying prayer during office, school, colleges hours, respect for Chadar and Chardiwari, respect and honor for women was also different committees were held for this purpose. And now compulsory subjects. The federal government made the instruction that both Islamiyat and Pakistan studies will be taught up to degree level in all educational institutions. However, non-Muslims were allowed to take ethics in place of Islamiyat. Blasphemy Act. Article 298 of the Constitution was amended to the effect that anyone found guilty of blasphemy towards the righteous caliphs, the family of the Prophet, and the companions of the Prophet could get up to 3 years of rigorous imprisonment or fine or both. Okay, now Islamic institutions were also established during the time period of Ziaul Haq. Like first one was the Majlis-e Shura. Majlis-e Shura was also established, and it was established in December 1981. Zia announced the formation of Majlis-e Shura. The Majlis-e Shura was composed of 50 members. Among its duties was to suggest steps that would lead to the formation of an Islamic society, and this to the fulfillment of long lasting desire of the people. Now, the next one is Islamic Ideological Council. Islamic Ideological Council was formed, and the activities of the Council of Islamic Ideology were to recommend for Islamization of existing law, Islamization of legislation, Islamization of the Constitution, and Islamization in general. The important recommendation made by the Council include prayer arrangements at public places, in official ceremonies, offices, and educational institutions, introducing additional clauses in the passports and identity cards showing a religion to differentiate the Qadianis from the Muslims, and introducing a national dress which would be compulsory for the government employees. Next one was the Islamic Research Institute. The role of Islamic Research Institute in Islamization of laws. It has a law unit functioning at Karachi, and this is carrying out some very useful work. For example, a Dr. Tanzilur Rahman's work on codification of Islamic laws. was accomplished. Now, Islamic universities. The Islamic Universities Ordinance 1980, the objective of Islamic University are to provide necessary education and training in Islamic disciplines. Law Commission. Objective and functions of the Commission are specially concerned to make or to bring the laws with the changing needs of society and to make them consistent with the ideology of Pakistan. Ministry of Religious Affairs. It was the last one. The Ministry of Religious Affairs has also been involved in the Islamization process in Pakistan, and it was established in 1974. Now, economic system. Economic system with the objective of freeing the economic system of the curse of usury, Zia took certain steps that led to the introduction of interest-free banking in all the banks. The next last one, that was the most important institution was formed, that was the Wafaki Mohtasib. It was formed in 1981. Zia announced the establishment of the institution of Wafaki Mohtasib. The office of Wafaki Mohtasib is for 4 years. Anyone who feels unsatisfied by any government officer or any government department can seek justice by complaining and writing on a plain paper and send it to the ordinary post or to the Wafaki Mohtasib against the concerned authority. That was all about the Islamization program of Ziaul Haq. In the next class, we will discuss rest of the other topics. Allah Hafiz.